Patron El Cielo.
Mm-hmm.
I like the cap. It looks like a Ferrero Rocher.
Please don't eat it.
No.
The only similarity between Jameson and Blue Spot is both of them are from the Palo Rica
and they're
family.
made at the same
Same distillery.
Hey everyone, I'm Kriti.
I'm Vinayak.
And I'm Swati.
So guys, I'm seeing tequila, mezcal, Irish and Scotch whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
So why is it so diverse today?
So this episode is all about 6 of the best spirits that we've come across in 2024. So that's why you see 2 tequilas, 1 mezcal, 2 Irish whiskies and a Scotch whiskey.
Because we know that tequila and mezcal are the fastest growing spirits in the world, we've had the opportunity of trying a lot more tequila and mezcals. Irish whiskey, because I visited Ireland, and the second fastest growing spirit, and actually the fastest growing brown spirit in the world. That's why we have 2 Irish whiskies that we discovered. And of course, while we keep trying a lot of Scotch whiskies, this one Scotch whiskey just stood out in everything that we tried.
Okay, so in that case, I have a couple of questions for you guys. So consider it as a rapid fire round, and this is coffee with Kriti. I won't say coffee because I'm not drinking coffee, but okay.
Is it what roast is it? Medium, dark?
Okay, so my first question to you is, which one of this would you pick as one of your favorite each?
I think for me, Writer's Tears Double Oak.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Any specific reason why?
I think a lot of reasons. One, I think you very rarely find whiskies finished in cognac casks, especially in India. So I think that's very unique about it. There's a very literary, historic angle to the brand story. So that also I like. And I think it's a very, very beautiful, distinct packaging. And of course, the whiskey is very good.
What about you?
For me, it's a very close call between the Dewar's Double 27 Blue Spot and the Cruz De Fuego Mezcal. I think I'll go for the mezcal for its sheer novelty, because I mean, when I had it, it just blew my mind. You get that initial rustic, robust smokiness.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you get past that, it has layers that you discover. Also, like, it was fascinating. Like, typically we all get carried away by tequila. Yes, for a good tequila, the agave plant matures typically between 8 to 10 years for the Pína of the agave plant to mature. But for a mezcal, especially this one, the Pína takes about 20 to 25 years to mature. So mezcal is a lot more artisanal compared to tequila. This particular mezcal, they make only, if you look at the bottle number is written 66. So this bottle is 66 of 360 bottles. So they've made only 360 bottles, and of which only 100 came to India. They make a batch every 18 months or so. So that's what I think for me, the sheer novelty of this bottle and being introduced to a spirit. Because in India, we never had it. There are mezcals, but they were not exceptional. Nothing blew my mind. But this is hands down the best mezcal or one of the best spirits for me.
Interesting. And that, that's a very crazy fact that you've mentioned to us. But is this available to a lot of locals in the Indian market? Can we purchase?
It's available in only 2 cities in Bombay, where it's priced at $31,800, and then in Bangalore for I think 18,500 rupees.
That's a huge difference.
Yes, that's India for you.
Yes.
Okay, my next question. A spirit that was an unexpected surprise for the both of you. Something that you didn't expect to be that good.
I think for me it would be the Dewar's Double 27. Because see, this is finished in Palo Cortado cask, and the 21 was finished in Oloroso cask. If you even compare the color, and this is a lot more mellower compared to the 21. And I think we've had a lot of 21. We finished a bottle of 21. This one, when I had the first sip, it was not as bold or as intense as the 21. But then first sip, second sip, it has layers. You give this whiskey time, it just unravels a lot of flavors or hidden flavors or aromas that you don't get in most whiskey. So I think for me, this was a very, very pleasant surprise.
For me, I think it was the Blue Spot. See, because it was possibly the first cask-strength Irish whiskey that I tried. Till then, I had only tried the regular expressions, which are not cask-strength. And there's this general misconception that Irish whiskey is lighter it's not all malted barley, it's grain, etc. everything. So it may not really hold its flavor at a cask strength level. But I think this one just changed my perception about it. Also, I tried this at the distillery, and that was the time they told us that this is going to be the last batch. So of course there was a different novelty about it. But I think what was the most striking thing for me is, like, if you look at the packaging of this whiskey, it's a very normal packaging, just like their spot whiskeys. While it's a limited edition, while it's a cask strength, they've not invested in making it looking very premium. They've not invested in making it looking very fancy. But I think the liquid is far more valuable than what the price they put. So I think for me it was unexpected, because it's a very good whiskey, very affordable whiskey. And this was the first cask strength Irish whiskey I had, which kind of changed my perception about Irish whiskey in general.
This was for 60 euros, right?
This was for 60 euros, yes.
And as you can see, I finished half of the bottle. So Swati was generous enough to pick up a bottle, which almost half of has been. But even when I tried it, I think it was a beautiful whiskey. Had it not, I mean, if I have to pick, it would be very close call between, like, you know, some of the whiskeys. It's like one of the best whiskey I had this year, for sure.
Right. So, do you think, like, Indians in general who do drink Irish whiskey find this as a good comparator to Jameson's, or no?
No, this is very different to Jameson.
So I think first things first, cask strength whiskey, so not available in India. Spot whiskey is not available in India. So I think you really have to go quite some length to be able to get your hands on it.
Yeah.
Jameson's the regular Jameson's is again a very light whiskey, made for very different reasons.
And very different audience.
Yeah. This one is bolder, more intense, more flavorful.
This is bottled at for 55-56% ABV. 59.1. Jameson is 40%. So almost 50% more alcohol. The only similarity between Jameson and Blue Spot is both of them are from the Palo Cortado
and
family.
they're made at the same distillery.
Okay. My next question is about 1800. So what about 1800 Milenio strikes you the most? Apart from the bottle that we know, plugging in our video that we have already released about 1800 and Tequila, why is 1800 Milenio so strikingly good to you?
I think for me, it's a welcome whiskey replacement, because this is the first tequila that has been finished in cognac casks. So, as they say, Mexico meets France. And the fact, it's also extra añejo, right? So this is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is matured for overall 40 or 44 months, with the final 4 or 6 months being in cognac casks from France. So what that finish in cognac casks adds is the nice layer of nuttiness, though some dried fruits, some spiciness. So it makes it a very nice, warming nightcap sort of a whiskey replacement. So, we've had a lot of whiskeys. It brings everything that you expect in a whiskey with that agave inherent flavor profile and the complexity for me. So I think that's where it stood out for me.
Yeah, I think Vinayak pretty much said what I wanted to say. But I think in general also, this is possibly one of the best tequilas I've had. In general, like comparing it across extra añejo categories also, I think it's very different, very unique. Like Vinayak said, a very good replacement for whiskey with the added dimension of that agave flavor. Also, I think while some people might call it sacrilege, but it would make for a very good old-fashioned.
Old-fashioned of extra añejo. No, yeah. Okay, sorry.
I was going to ask you, would you like to have a cocktail made with this?
No, but also, this one was voted the best tequila of 2024 in the world.
Okay, moving forward. Patron El Cielo. I like the cap. It looks like a Ferrero Rocher.
Please don't eat it. No. Please don't. Or you can try biting
Actually,
it.
yeah, it does look like a Ferrero.
Please, why don't you guys bite it? If you can find some hidden hazelnut inside, then the bottom is yours.
No. But what about this liquid does, it's so enticing to have. So what makes it stand out so much in the market?
So this is the first or the only Blanco style of tequila that goes through a 4-step distillation process.
Okay.
So typically anything that goes through multiple distillation, right? So distillation is what? When it goes through copper pot stills, your typical whiskey is distilled twice, your cognac is distilled twice, Irish whiskeys are distilled twice. This goes through 4 distillation, like a quadruple distillation. And yet it does not get stripped of the flavor profile. While the agave notes are there, it also has a nice citrus, zesty, tropical fruit notes to it. So I think for me that stood out, and obviously the gorgeous packaging. It's a very pretty bottle. And I'm not a big Taylor Swift fan. I was reading about this bottle somewhere. Someone compared it to Taylor Swift. So either of you are please Taylor Swift fans, please let me know what is between this and the Taylor Swift connection, or if any of you guys are a Taylor Swift fan and can relate to this bottle and Taylor Swift, please let us know.
I think the Swifties will be able to answer that better.
What is a Swiftie?
Taylor Swift fans are called Swifties.
I don't listen to Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift fans are called Swifties, BTS fans are called ARMYs. So
What is BTS?
BTS is a Korean band, which is the biggest boy band in the world.
The biggest?
Biggest boy band in the world.
I see.
They've been deployed to military right
Yes.
now. But back to our topic.
Oh, did they take over yesterday? No.
No. I think one of the obviously gorgeous bottle. It's very enticing, like it almost draws you to want to try the spirit. Because distilled 4 times, it's very refined, it's very smooth. With some of the tequilas, you almost feel like a very warm sensation the minute it goes down. I don't think I felt it with this one. Great for cocktails, great over ice.
Yeah.
So sipping, you think?
Yes.
Last question. If you had to tell our audience about all of these spirits, but in one word, go ahead. How would you explain?
Swati, please take the lead.
Okay. I think Dewar's Double 27-year-old is a revelation. I don't think there's a better word for it. Writer's Tears is first love. Or actually, I would say love at first sight. Blue Spot.
First sip. Love at first.
Love at first sip, yes. Blue Spot, I would say an eye-opener. More than what meets the eye, for sure. El Cielo, smooth. Smooth as a knife through butter. Milenio, just magnificent in every possible way. And the mezcal is as artisanal as it gets.
Your turn.
My turn. Dewar's Double 27, fabulous. Writer's Tears Double Oak, interesting. Blue Spot, hits the spot. Patron El Cielo, sexy. Milenio, a warm hug.
Okay.
Cruz De Fuego Mezcal, mind-blowing.
That's good. That's good.
Priti, before we end, I have a question for you.
Oh my god.
So, which one of these have you tried?
I've tried the Milenio and I've tried the Writer's Tears. I have the green spot at home. I've tried that. I haven't tried any other.
Right. And of this, if there was one bottle, just by looking at the bottle, you had to pick to drink tonight.
She will take the Ferrero Rocher, I'm sure.
No. I would actually take the blue spot to try. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not giving the blue spot to anyone.
You do realize I bought it.
Yes, but now it's in my custody.
But I'll take it back.
I think I would pick it because, like you mentioned, the packaging is so simple. And there's this thing that I've heard, the fancier the packaging, the shittier the liquor. So I think I'm going to go with the blue spot. Yeah, so I think that's about it.
So there you go. These were 6 of the best spirits that we tried in 2024. Let us know in the comments below if you would want us to try any new whiskey, tequila, mezcal or rum in 2025. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and we wish you a very happy and spirited 2025.